IPA, which IPAs are like triple the amount of alcohol in one beer. Like one bottle. It was horrible, but it got me pissed drunk. We both got pissed drunk off of it. Like, I was better than she was because for some reason, wheat alcohol I'm good with, and Voodoo Ranger is wheat. Like, I don't know if I know that sounds weird, but everybody reacts to alcohol differently depending on what it's made of. But I've noticed that, and we were getting eaten by sand fleas and stuff, and out of nowhere I said, ow, my foot hurts really bad, my left foot, and I didn't scratch it at all, right? I only scratched the inside of my foot. I didn't scratch the top of it at all. But that's, and then we left to go to this racetrack to go get milkshakes, because why not? Because, you know, it was by our house, we were hanging out, and we get to the place, and I invited my buddy Brian to come down, and he drove down. And as we're waiting for him, I was putting on my shoes, and there's 3 slashes in my foot. Like, in a perfect line, 3 slashes. And it's claw. It looks like claws. It's a little freaky, because I was talking to her about the demon that I swear was following me for, like, 2 years. That, then a psychic, I think I told you, a psychic messaged me from the Netherlands saying that it's following your, just out of nowhere, I don't know who she is. She goes, the demon's following your ex, not you, because she was praying to bring her dad back to very bad things. I never told you that story, did I? No. Okay. And I just thought it was weird that it scratched me. But I was telling that story when I got scratched, I think. But, as I'm putting on my shoes or whatever, there's 2 drunk guys sitting outside the speedway just like waving to me, and I waved back and I blew kiss, and she's like, who is that for? I'm like, oh, my new friend. I'm gonna make him my friend. And we went and got slushies and stuff after my buddy Brian shows up. My buddy Brian shows up and he does donuts around the pumps, like each pump, and then he parks and he's like, what's up, buddies? And Shay's just like, fuck. And I said, and 2 seconds before I warned her, you think I'm bad? My buddy Brian is 100 times worse than I am. And she's like, no fucking way. And then it got proved in like 2 seconds. And she like she leaned in, she goes, he's doubly what you are. Holy shit. I'm like, I told you. You think I'm annoying? Oof. But we got our slushies. And the drunk guy started singing Narkill. Do you know who Narkill is? No. You ever seen the CKY videos with Bam Margera and all of them? No. Number 4, they have this song where Brandon DiCamillo from the CKY crew does Beastman versus Skeletor, and it's like, Skeletor, I saved my legs for you at night, and it's like a very sexual song about Beastman and Skeletor from He-Man doing things. And I'm like, I just start finishing it for him, and he's like, Beastman! and then Shay's just like, dude, you gotta leave those guys alone. I think they're shady, and I could tell they were just drunk, and the one dude was really cool. And he comes over, and he's like, I know you, to me. I'm like, what? Don't you work here? I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, I know her. She works, she does Dungeons and Dragons, and she's like, no. And, then I walked over, and I was like, man, I love you, and I gave him a hug. And then my buddy Brian comes right behind me, he's like, I love you too, man, and gave him a hug. And I whispered in his ear, I love you. And then so did Brian. Was like, we just did the same shit. And he came over with 2 beers, and he's just like, I love you guys too. And he offered us beer, but at that point I was like, no, I'm good. And you could tell she was getting embarrassed by the second. Like, she didn't want to be there at that point. Like, not didn't want to be there, like, holy crap, what's going on? And me and Brian had to go grab something out of Axel's car. And Brian, like, pushes me, like, that's not your car, man. So I grabbed his hands and we start spinning. in a circle. You know, like when you grab somebody's hands and you spin through full throttle, like I can't see me love, and no, like the spin. And the drunk guy's like, "Can you feel loved?" He was our new friend, honestly. He's gonna be my new best friend. But then we took Shay home, and I was like, "I love you," and she got quiet, and we had to be quiet because we're outside her house, and her parents and her brothers and sisters are sleeping. And oof, 1 second. Oh, there! Stop it! Hit me! Hit me! I'm like, "I love you," and she's like, not looking at me. Then I went, "I love you," and I screamed a little bit. She said, she looked at me and went, "Shut up! I love you too." And like, all right, have a good night.
Is this your younger friend that you're saying?
No. She's my age. She's 21. I met Shay right after I got away from my ex, and she's the Wiccan. If I ever mentioned that. She's a Wiccan, dude. Wiccan, witch, you know.
Yeah, I know. This
Hmm.
I don't know if you've ever mentioned that.
We don't talk a lot unless she breaks up with her boyfriend. Or whatever guy she's with. When they break up, we talk. And I'm there for her, and then we just don't talk again. And I'm just like, it sucks, but I don't wait around for you. If we hang out, we hang out. It's a nice time. And when you fade back into non-existent, I'll see you in a couple months, basically. It sucks, but hey. But now we have some concrete plans that we're gonna go hang out at, which is pretty dope. We're going to Warped Tour in West Palm Beach. You should come with us. If you want to. Oh, it's only $45.
That'll take 2 weeks to get, plus gas. So that'll be 3 weeks.
Well, all you need to do is get to my house, and we'll take you the rest of the way. Does that sound fair? Huh? Well, they got some people like Bowling for Soup, some old classics, Mariana's Trench, which is a classic band as well. Some of like the first people who did it. It's the last one ever right now. The last one that's going to be across all of America. I mean, all of America. So I mean, even if you don't like the music, it is kind of cool to be the last one as like a passing of the torch and stuff. Because there's no other festival like that. But,
Okay.
are you going to come with us to the fest though? Maybe. I talked him into it. He's like, "Yeah, dude, let's go." Because it's like a 2-hour drive. Well, at the same time, a 2-hour, I mean, like a 30-minute drive for him, so. We'll find a way for him. But what's funny is that me and Axel have already talked to our new boss, which is a good friend, saying, yeah, we're gonna need this week off. And he's like, that could be arranged. If you guys are doing good, I'm pretty sure I can put you guys down on leave for medical reasons. And I'm just like, dope. And it's only us that are going from the job, just so not everybody goes. So yeah, kind of excited for that. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I've waited for so long. I'm so out of love. Oh, stop. Oh no, on my toes. But oh man.
I went to a Free Killers concert one time. That was great. And then I really liked the band that played before them. So I followed the lead singer on Twitter and he followed back. And I almost died.
What? You went to a Free the Killers concert though?
Yeah.
That's dope.
So I want to see Jay and his girlfriend that time.
What was the opening band?
Magic Man.
No, I don't know them.
Huh?
I don't know them.
Yeah, I don't think they're very big, but the guy, the lead singer, was super cute, and he had really funny dances, and I loved him. So, I followed him on Twitter.
Ooh. I'm so bad.
Follow me back, and I screenshotted it and sent it to my friend who knew about Magic Man.
That's legit the same as when I messaged Days and Days that I've been listening to since I was 17, and they replied back. They're like, "Yeah, let's do something," and now we're like really good friends. And we talk every couple months, which is dope. So I get that feeling. It's like, oh, holy crap.
Someone with the following is following me.
Exactly. I'm all out of love. Like, I will say that Days and Days in the crust punk scene are in the top 5. So that's crazy, so. Come on, you bastard. My music isn't working. Fix it. Come over to my house and fix it.
What am I supposed to do?
Turn it off and on again.
You do that.
No. I don't know technology. Even though...
We'll figure it out.
Oh man. During my interview, they, what I thought was funny was that the dude who's not my boss, but the CEO is, I told him I knew about computers, right? He started asking me all these questions about computers, and I answered every single one of them and taught him some stuff about it. And he was acting like, oh man, he knows more than I do, you butthole. Like, I was trying to show him up. And I wasn't. I was just trying to show him, hey, I know what I'm talking about. And he told the boss, who's really a cool guy, his name's Jeff. And then the CEO is going to come through, because they have 2 places, one in St. Louis, one in here. And he tells him, he goes, that kid knows what he's talking about. Where'd you find him? And he goes, oh, he just walked around the mall one time and we got to talking, and he's just like, make sure he stays on. Which I think is pretty funny. But what's funny, what's better is that my buddy Axel and Jeff used to be co-workers. Like, Jeff was his boss at Sabaros, and then, you know, that's how I got in. And the second I met Jeff, he's like, how you doing? Like, I've met him beforehand, but as soon as I met him inside, he shook my hand. He's like, glad to meet you, sir. You ready to work at this fine position? Like, really kind of douchebaggy. And then he calls us both, like, 2 hours later. What's up, fag bags? You got the job. And then hangs up. Or like, he'll put a paper in front of his mouth and say, fuck you, like, you're fired, and then we'd be like, alright, so this next part of the hiring process is this, and this. And it's gonna be great working with somebody like that, because he's the main guy of the whole company right now for the location, right? And that's his personality. I like that as being my boss. And it's funny because, like, he has to be really professional to all the people who he works under. And then as long as we're doing our job, he's literally like, I'm going to be professional and privately and be like, yo, what's happening? He's kind of got my personality, which is good. Gives me hope. But what's kind of crazy is that I think there's about 40 or 50 employees on the whole floor. I'm the only one that applied for the position with prior call center experience.
It's hard out there these days.
It's good out there these days because guess you can get a freaking promotion very easily because they already have prior experience. That's why my pay bracket's higher than anybody else on the floor because I have prior experience.
Yeah, but I'm saying a lot of people have to apply for jobs they don't have experience for.
I know. I know. Yeah. It was funny though, because when I told the guy I worked at Teleperformance, the CEO, he's just like, he looked at like, oof, I feel your pain, and then I found out that before he got the CEO position, he was a owner of a Teleperformance, and he hated his life. And the dude's only like 23 or 24, which is crazy. He's accomplished a lot in his time, but he can tell that Teleperformance is a piece of crap, so you know he's gonna love me. Which oh, you want to hear something insane?
Sure.
You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Your voice cracked like I said. The campaign that I was working on had 400 people when I got let go, right? Guess how many people they have now?
How many?
42. And over half of them quit.
Oh.
Or they got fired for the stupidest reasons. Like, new kids that have come in would cuss behind somebody who's on the phone just so they would get fired. Yeah. They're rascals. Rascallions. But all of them got fired. So there's only like 5 or 6 people that I used to work with that are still there.
Wow.
It's crazy. Like, remember my old manager, Cat Williams' brother got fired. And I think it's because of me. Because I had a private conversation with the client. His name is Barry. And told him all the things that Brian Williams was doing because he wanted to know if he was harassing any of the employees and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, he was doing this, and this. And he was like, oh, I can't have that. And then he got fired like a month after I had the conversation with him. And I just found this out.
What?
And I'm like, oof. What happened? What? Oh, you're talking to your mom?
What?
Are you talking to your mom?
I'm not talking to anybody.
You're like, what?
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I don't know.
That was delayed?
Yeah. Well, I think it's your internet then.
Probably. It's crappy.
It's okay.
The hell? Run over a turkey?
Ooh.
Oh, I ran over a goose.
I ran over a goose.
Sorry.
Aw. What the hell I need is a way to figure it out.
Maybe you like their geese? I don't know if they do.
They're gooses? I don't know.
Geese are really mean.
I know somebody that ran over a goose before, like one goose, and what happened was that another goose was in the vicinity and was trying to attack him and followed him all the way back to like where he lived and tried to fight him as soon as he got out of his car. Like that's a dead set goose. Yeah, they are. Oof.
Oh my god.
Robot?
Yeah, I was trying to scan all the ones in the area, but my horse started fighting one. And it did.
Oh no. You die really quickly in that game. I'm surprised. That's the one thing I was really surprised on. Dude, let me get to this thing, you bastard.
Get off soon, 'cause I have a headache.
I'm sorry. I know I'm annoying, so enjoy your nap.
No, you're not.
Tell me that now. Ooh. Man. Feather. Okay. Crap, I forgot how to get up here. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for AC Odyssey. Like legit.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's an offhand story. Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, I know now, but I didn't realize what you were talking about at first. Every time you say Odyssey, I think Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh.
Because I love Nintendo too.
I'm ready for that too, but hey. Dude, how do I get up this one? Odyssey, yep. What is it? You ready for the new Super Mario Bro? Not Super Mario Bro.
Party?
Smash Party. I mean Super Smash Bros. I'm thinking of a illustrious party in downtown Miami.
Well, they're making a new Super Mario Party too.
Oh yeah. Do you think they should bring one?
I still have fun playing it.
Save.
You guys, I'm so lost in it.
I waited for so long. I'm all out of love. Yeah. Going to bed. Good night. It makes sense. Both savage. 1 second, guys. Trying to find somebody else to join this bad boy. Or another group party to go to. I was patient. Midsummer madness. I'm just gonna end it here actually, guys. See you guys.